Assessment 2. Answer the following as directed. All failed to hire me in the summer of 63 on the grounds that I was overqualified and B couldn't type, thus producing in me that state of joblessness. So, para 2, lesson 1. What would be the reasons one might show in 2022 for rejection if one were uh, a, a writer? Okay, this is a question. One were a writer or one are a critic. Sorry, it's a critic. So here you can due to lack of originality or second one is poor networking. Might be these two reasons you can write for this question. And the second question, you can see the pic. You can just copy it down neatly. It's very clearly written, easily understandable language only. You have the second one, and the reason one is convocation is a celebration where you receive parchment, okay, your parchment. And second reason, to celebrate students academic journey. And third reason, meeting of members for a particular ceremony. So these are all can be the reasons. Then what shall I tell them? I thought breaking out into a cold sweat as I tossed and turned night after night. Rewrite the above sentence into reported. So you can write, she told that she thought breaking out into a old sweat as she thought and turned night after night. Only one word which you should change is that you should told, shall I tell? So she told. Okay. Um, she thought breaking out into a she had thought breaking out into a old sweat as she tossed and turned night. So here you should use the word had. Okay, it's not written. She had thought. You have to put it in the past form. She had thought. Okay. Next one. Next question. So use in pitch in a sentence of your own writing. Okay, own after writing is meaning. Para 10 lesson. In a pinch, if absolutely necessary. Meaning is if absolutely necessary. So sentences, I need rupees 20,000 to set up the business. But I suppose rupees 15,000 would do in a pinch. So a pinch, in a pinch, like little less amount, but still it's something it does. Okay, so she uses that word. So the next question, fifth one, you can copy any symbol. You can just copy the question from your text which is already given, and the answers is lotus flower, positive. The lotus flower is symbol of purity, enlightenment and spiritual growth. And then the perfect symmetry and beauty of a lotus flower also symbolize the harmony and balance within ourselves. And the negative thought, you can write, the lotus flower is rooted in the in the in the mud and in the mud and also at the bottom of a pond, which symbolizes the material world and attachment to worldly desires. Okay, material world, so the spelling is wrong over here, world, and this world, WRLD, world, and attachment to worldly desires, DESIRES. Okay, and the next is the petals of lotus flower close at night and open in the morning, which can also represent So you can use a word which can also represent what, the cycle of birth and death that all living beings must go through. Okay, the cycle of birth and death that all living things must go through. Snake, yeah, snake positive. Snake are associated with many deities and have been remembered as symbols of fertility, healing, and protection. So it's actually revered. It's not revered. It is remembered. Okay, the spelling remembered. Remembered as symbols of fertility, healing, and protection. Then the snake shedding its skin is seen as a metaphor for transformation and you can say what, and transformation um, and renunciation. Actually, renunciation, the spelling again, renunciation. You can use the word renunciation. So transformation and renunciation, renunciation. Okay. Then what about negative? Snakes are also considered a symbol of danger, deceit, and temptation. Okay, temptation. Temptation. Again, the spelling is wrong. Temptation is one of my students' paper. Some mistakes over there. Just try to rectify them. Don't make the write it in wrong way. It is temptation. Okay, it's in some stories snakes are portrayed as malicious creatures that harm humans. Okay, so it is not in some stories snakes are portrayed as malicious creatures that harm humans. Then you have the next sixth question. A group of people sees him and tie him up with rope. Change the voice. A group of people sees him and tie him up. So you can write the answer. He is seized by a group of people and tied up with a rope. So he is seized by a group of people and tied up with a rope. That you can write. If the brain were creative, life would be impossible. Convert the above into a negative sentence. Life would be impossible if brain weren't creative. So that is how you should write. Life would be impossible if brain weren't creative. So this is the seventh answer. So let's move into eighth answer. So you have a big question over here. They've asked you the creativity of art would includes a larger element of aesthetic judgment. So this question is there in your book. You need not worry a judgment. You can even copy it down. Some students don't have textbook. Please copy it. I suppose the sentences are clear and easy to write. Write 3 sentences as logical extension of the above idea. Okay, it unlocks old pattern of thinking, allowing non-linear linear thinking. It unlocks old pattern of thinking, allowing non-linear thinking. Creativity can connect reflection with actions, and then creativity builds intercultural connections. So these 3 sentences you can write. Then we have some ninth question. You can copy it down. They're asking give your counter arguments, 4 sentences. So from an educational establishment perspective, it is not that failure is uh, unimportant, but rather that it needs to be balanced with other important factors such as academic standards in and students well-being. Academic standards in everything and in students well-being. So you can write the answer like this. And the second point, educators must ensure that students are challenged appropriately and supported in their while also regaining their failure. Okay, supported in their growing. Okay, in their growing while also uh, regaining that failure can, if you can't understand, only I'm reading for you, can have negative consequence for self esteem and motivation. Additionally, educational establishment must consider the expectations of parents, employees, and society at large, which opens place for a high value on success and achievement. At large, which open places for a, just right, which open places for a high value success and achievement. Then we have the 10th question. So under treatment or diagnosis of condition, a number of patients occupied a large number of beds. So this is the answer you can write. A large number of patients occupied large number of beds. They prepare a checklist of items you need. So it's a checklist like what and all you need to take and go. You have to take scarves. Actually, scarves only she has written like that. Hats, then socks, gloves. Then you can mufflers. Then instant foods, tea bags, flask to fill hot water, medical kit, travel guidelines, avoid pandemic hot spots, then booking accommodation. All this is important when you have to go for a uh, um, when you're going to Delhi or some tour or something. Journal on your Independence Day experience in Azadi Ko. One question they've asked you. So some Independence Day celebration you should write. So here at 75th Azadi Ka Amritsar 2022 to commemorate what? Commemorate 75 long years of independence. The PM hoisted the flag and made a speech. Tributes are made to the freedom fighters. Parade by Indian Army, state, capital events, all government and private school colleges uh, were held responsible for the parade. Then you can finish like that. Were held responsible for the parade. Okay, your friend in Chennai wants to go. So where she want to go and why the and where she wants to go and why the budget. How much time will the trip take? Any allergies? Then looking for adventure, relaxation, mode of transportation. Is she comfortable with? Then I know anyone who's been there to give me tips. So all these things you should include when you're going for a trip. And the 14th question is here. You can copy the questionnaire. A list of items packed by So it's a list of items which you're going to pack. Pause the video and you can copy the question. So let's see the items packed. Item weight: backpack, laptop, 3 pairs of dress, toiletries, snacks, single bed sheets, mosquito net, comics, sandals, medicines, copies of travel documents, accessories. So total 12 kg you're going to pack and go. Write your journal on how you improved your writing competency, grammar and spelling from the foundation. Try to write every day. Keep a pen and paper handy at all times. Write and draw whatever you feel right. Actually, you should write you feel. You feel right. Add additional thoughts and reread your entry. Set a schedule. Write about your behavior, activities, and then write about dream that keeps recurring. So these are all the ways you should improve your writing. Finally, we have another one more question. We have 16th question. So impress your friends. So where did you go? Mahabalipuram. Okay, was one of the major. So the question, if you're not understanding, I'm just making it clear. Sometimes students are asking for questions also. So you can pause the video and copy the question. Mahabalipuram was one of the major seaport for the Pallava kingdom. The temple and carvings are historical and speaks a lot about our culture and tradition. The elephant statues, sculptures at Mahabalipuram timeless um, share timelessness. Then tiger cave, the Arjuna's penance, Krishna's butter butter mountain or something will be there, that one, and the lion statue. All this had created an impact on me, like all that has impressed me. You can write and complete. Then me along with my disaster volunteer college, what happened, team during so I'll keep the question, sorry for you. You can copy the question. And then college team during flood, we distributed uh, clean water. Then you can add any foods. Then cleansed other debris, prepared hot meal, provided clothes and cleaning supplies. Then how are the power of positive thinking changing? So read the question properly. We can save energy at home, walk, cycle, or take public transport, eating more vegetables, throwing less food, reduce, reuse, repair, and recycle, switching to electrical vehicles. So all this will help you. The last is 19th one over here. How was lateral thinking helpful? Indian cultural face COVID-19 crisis. Technology has a potential to achieve universal quality education and improve learning outcomes, while the teachers has taken a symbiotic relationship with students. Then if COVID-19 school when COVID-19 school closed and the related challenges with distance learning have taught us everything. It is that we must liberate learning from outdated curricular that is appropriate emphasis on information transfer. Okay, so now 20 for ease. So you can copy the question. oxygen on Mars, and first things and food sources to survive, because there will also be people need to eat. On Mars, we must have personalized suits and habitats. So, if we travel to Mars, these are things we must need to be taking for the trip. Actually, for the trip, and that is what for she has written there. So oxygen on Mars is less, so we need to take all these things. This is the 20th question. You can frame on your own also. Okay. So you can write on your own also, students, the 20th question. Nothing very difficult about the 20th question. So what I'm trying to say is, just pause my video and then write your answers. Might be second assessment is bit difficult. The 3, 4 and all, I'll try see to that I'm uploading the best. Thank you.